progressively, and move forward with a growth mindset. So once again, a very, very warm evening, afternoon, morning, whatever time period it is for you in your part of the country. I think most of us have joined in from India. We have my friends from Bangladesh. My sister is from Bangladesh. My sister, I can see my sister Wilma. Wilma is all the way from Brazil. And who else do I see? Do I have any other country here? Yes, I think I see our Queen Nadia. So yes, I do see her. Thank you, everybody. It is such a pleasure to be seeing all of you over here. And without, talking about here and there, let's come straight to the point. We are eager to listen to the views of not only the educators and the parents, but also our students, because as they say, the child is the father of man. And we learn not only from elders, but we learn from youngsters as well. In fact, youth is the biggest force. The youth of a country is so strong and so compelling that that they can, actually transform the world in a miraculous way. All of us present over here are transformative people. We believe in change. We believe in positive change. And hence, we have come over here on this platform, Global University, Proper Collaboration, Global University, Jeevan Trust, and Times India Television. Fantastic. Clapping for the collaborating parties. Thank you so much. Because of you, we are here, and we are going to be listening to the most fantastic of views. And if we really want to ensure that we can make a difference through our positive vibes, positive thoughts, progressive mind, growth mindset, then we are all going to be now, ready and eager to listen to the views of everyone present here. So let me begin by inviting our very first speaker for the day. Our very first speaker for the day is a big Mr. Praveen Gorkhede. He is the president of Samyak Education Welfare Society in India. Mr. Praveen Gorkhede, please unmute yourself, come on video mode, and do share something about yourself first. And then after which, please share your thoughts on this very powerful topic. Mr. Praveen Gorkhede, the virtual stage is yours. Mr. Praveen, are you there?
Yeah, he's here. He's here. Yeah, he's here. Alka ma'am, I will request you if you please speak in both the language, in Hindi, in English, so that our student and teacher can understand well.
Okay, fantastic. तो सबसे पहले मैं आमंत्रित करती हूँ हमारे इंडिया से है मिस्टर प्रवीण गौरखेडे. ये प्रेसिडेंट है सम्यक एजुकेशन वेलफेयर सोसाइटी के. तो प्रवीण जी, अगर आप यहाँ हैं, आप बिल्कुल हैं, हमें पता है, तो अपने बारे में थोड़ा सा बताइए और उसके बाद अपने थॉट शेयर करिए इस टॉपिक के ऊपर, टू डेवलप द नेशन. What is the role of the educator, the parent, and the student? But of course, for you, as the role of a powerful educator. Welcome, big welcome to you. And let's hear it from you.
Thank you, madam.
Praveen ji, you are spotlighted.
Yes, madam. Thank you, everybody, for giving Samyak Education and Welfare Society an opportunity to speak on this platform. And I'm thankful to Monera madam also that they have given all our teachers, parents, students, and of course myself a chance to speak in front of all of you. And first of all, I would like to tell about myself. My name is Praveen Gorkhede, and I am from Bhopal city, state Madhya Pradesh, India. And by profession, I am the director of 2 schools here in Bhopal. The name of the school is Ankur Convent School. And one school we run in Bhopal and one school we run in Sihor, that is till 12th class. And we have a social organization named Samyak Education and Welfare Society, through which we do lots of charitable work. Like we are nowadays educating 200 underprivileged children from various slums of Bhopal city, those who are poor, and their family background is very weak, and mostly the parents are daily wages workers. So we are educating these children. We have appointed 7 free coaching classes for them, and we have appointed teachers also in these coaching classes. And through fundraising program, we collect fund from people, and we give salary to the teachers in our free coaching classes, and we don't take any any amount or any money from poor children. We give them education free of cost. We provide them books, provide them copies. Sometimes we pay the school fees also, whenever it is whenever we have the capacity to pay them. And we also provide them bags, sweaters in winters, tracksuit, like that. The whole educational expense of a child, we do that. So overall 200 such children we are educating right now. And our motive is to build a boarding school for such underprivileged children in near future, so that we can adopt these children, can change their environment and can move them towards um, a different environment, different educational environment, because the environment of the slum is not so good. So we will take them in the boarding school, and we will educate them. And not our aim is not that we educate them till 12th, but after 12th also we will to help them in their higher studies, and to get them good jobs so that they can have a good future for themselves and their family. This is our motive. And in present also, like since COVID is going on, so in this 2 years of COVID time, we have uh, distributed cooked food ration to approx 60,000 families last year, and approx I think 40,000 families till now we have distributed this year, and still the distribution is going on. Today also we have distributed cooked food to poor needy people and children in Gandhinagar slums recently, and the whole distribution program was done by our teacher Karuna Madam. She is present here, I think, in this online interview today. So like that, we are doing different educational works, social works, uh, whatever we can do from our side through our society, Samyak Education and Welfare Society, we are doing. And as far as the today's topic is there, the role of an educator, the parents, and giving proper education to children is very important these days. Not only in this COVID situation, but also in normal condition also. In India, there is a 135 crore Indian population, and out of that, if you will take, the literacy rate in India is 75% only, and out of that, the girl child education rate is 53%. So there is lots of need that proper education should be given to all, and equal education should be given to all. There should not be any difference in education, depending on the depending on the rich or the poor section of the society, or depending on the caste or religion. There should be equal education to everyone, every child in this country. Not ever in India, but also in all the developing nations. There should be equal education, because helping them with food, helping them with money, helping them with whatever little problems they have in their life will not will not improve their life actually, because only education can change their life. If a child get proper education, he will be able to stand on his or her feet themselves. They can have a good job, they can raise their family very well. So, as Baba Sahib Ambedkar, the chief architect of Indian Constitution, has also said that if you educate a girl child, you will educate the society, and so education plays a very important role. So it should be the priority of every organization, every institution to focus more on education. And the role of the parents is very important, because if parents will not give proper environment to children's for studying, they will not support in their education, then I don't think the literacy rate will improve in near future also. Because if you go in rural areas, or if you go in the slum areas, you will find that those parents who are doing daily wages workers, who daily wages work, and earning very less, and throughout the day they are on the field working somewhere, and they are not able to focus on their child's education, what subject he is studying, in which class he is, they don't even know that. So in such cases, it's very important to counsel the parents also, because without counseling the parents and telling them the importance of education, it will be very difficult to improve the child condition in education. Especially, we will not be able to literate him or her. So counseling of parents is very important. It is the first step. If you want to change the life of a child, you have to do proper counseling of parents. And here the role of a teacher comes, because well qualified educated teachers know the importance of education, so he or she can counsel the parents, convince them, and she or he can make them understand the importance of education. And slowly, when the counseling starts one time, two time, three time, then it creates an environment that the mentality of parents also changes. Though it's a slow process, because since parents are not that much educated, so they don't have that much understanding. But slowly, when educated people, educated teachers go in their localities and educate them, they understand. Even our organization has done certain seminars for motivating the parents also, telling them the importance of education. And slowly improvement has been seen in different slum areas, though the percentage is less. But but it is sustainable, it is stable, and the children's belonging to such families are doing their studies very well. And we have seen improvement in their personalities also. From past 5 years, in October we will complete our 5 years working among the underprivileged children. So if we do proper counseling, continuous counseling, changes can be made. And everywhere, whether it is in India or in any other developing country, the same process follows. Because the condition in developing countries is comparatively equal. They have, the economy is not so strong. Below poverty line people are in large quantity everywhere. There is lack of employment and lots of corruption also. So everything in developing nation is equal. So the primary working steps are also the same. So after counseling, you can adopt some child, you can give them proper education, you can change their environment, take them in good environment. So you will see a good change in these childs. So it is very important. And one more thing I want to say by concluding, because lots of more people are also there to talk. APJ Abdul Kalam, the president of India, has said once that if you want to make India a developed nation from a developing nation, you have to work on two things. One is the GDP of India, that depends upon the production and how much employment you are generating. And the other thing is working among the weaker section of the society, the people who are living the below poverty line. The more you will work among the people living below poverty line, the more you will make a country developed nation slowly. Because in any condition, in any country. For example, if you take the example of Afghanistan right now, there is nothing right now. It's zero. There is no human rights left. There is no women rights left. There is no child rights left. And maybe in near future they will not allow the girl or women to do studies, do jobs. uh, Lots of things will change. So this is the condition in developing nation mostly. So what we have to do, we have to do just opposite. We have to work on the education of the poor children's. We have to work for the skill development and upliftment of the women's and people who are living below poverty line. So once you work among the below poverty line people, you sort of bring change, a little change, and these small changes one day will become a big change. And that's how a developing country becomes a developed country. And the role of people in making a developing country to a developed country is very important. So more and more NGOs who are working among the weaker section of the society, they should give priority to education. They should give priority on the skill developments of the women, and to educate them and to motivate them to do something good in their life. And that's how we can change the condition of a country. And that's how a country becomes a developed nation. So that's all I want to say. So the role of the teacher is very important, role of parents very important, and giving proper education and equal education to every child is very important. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, brother, for your generous word, as well as for a great informative discussion regarding our today's topic. Now, I would like to introduce a very influential personnel. He is the most dynamic person who share his most dedicated works for the Global University. He is the president of Jeevan Charitable Trust, and he is none other than Dr. Om Prakash from India. Dr. Om Prakash, floor is yours. Sir, are you there? Dr. Om Prakash. Sister Monira, Dr. Om Prakash, are there? Okay, let's move on to the Al-Qadi. Al-Qadi, please call upon the next speaker.
Thank you, Ambassador Noor. Moving on, powerful views of Mr. Praveen. Now we move on to our next speaker. Our next speaker is Brigadier General Vinod Datta. So he is again from India. And Brigadier Datta, we would like you to unmute and introduce yourself to everybody. We know that you're a very powerful speaker. You're a transformative leader. Please share your thoughts for the next 5 minutes on this topic of role of, to develop a nation. What is the role of the educator, the parents, and the students? So General Datta, a big welcome to you, Brigadier. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Good evening, everyone. And let me thank the organizers for such a wonderful conclave of academic leaders, the intelligentsia, and
yes, you are spotlighted. Yes, you are spotlighted.
Okay. Thank you very much. So I just wanted to thank the organizers for such a lovely conclave which is being organized. Education. You see, education comes from two things. And education is not merely distributing certificates, distributing degrees, distributing accreditations. Education is positive thinking, helping the community, establishing your brand image, and doing something for the community or for the society which has given everything to you. And education comes from two primary things, or character basically comes from two things. One is education, and second is your personality. Education we all get right from the school days to the college or even beyond. But personality comes from your parents, whom I consider as the preliminary teachers. And let me also tell you, I never call a teacher. I always call them as academic leaders, because they are the people who are shaping the destiny designers of the nation, of the respective nations. They are designing, वो कहते हैं ना कि जो वतन के मुस्तकबिल हैं, the future of the nation, जो भारत के भाग्य विधाता हैं, उन सबको जो एक मोल्ड में डालते हैं. You know, people, when you put them in a caste, that's why they say leaders are not born, they are molded, they are shaped. And I, being, you see, from the army background, have fought a couple of wars. I can vouch for it that a person, when I say person, means it includes both the ladies and the gentlemen. A person of good character is a person of courage in war, because it requires really the nerves which are made of steel. Because when you have to lead people to war, you require grit, determination, and well-being. And as a leader, you never think, because as a leader in war, you only have two choices, and what I call them as binary choice. Either you achieve victory or you don't come back. So that is the kind of choices which we have to make. And the person who molds you to achieve these things is your teacher, who's your mother. And that's why the role of mother in shaping leaders, I mean, it cannot be measured or it cannot be confined to the words, because 50% to 70% of learning for a child is from the mother. And that is the first. You must have seen, a lot of people giving a lot of examples of love at first sight. You know what the best example of love at first sight is? Between the mother and the child. The moment he comes on this earth, there is a bonding which is there. The child doesn't have to be, taught that who's your mother. He finds it with the aroma, with the fragrance which is there, that yes, she is my mother. Nobody has taught him. The moment the mother starts breastfeeding the child knows that yes, this is the elixir which my mother is offering, and which is going to make me strong, which is going to make me a substantial person. I'll give you another example. The role of mother, the role of teachers, the role of academic leaders, they may be harsh at times. You must have seen giraffe. The moment a baby giraffe is born, and since giraffe is a creature which is pretty high, the moment that calf is born, the mother giraffe starts kicking it vigorously. And we all will agree that no mother wants to harm the child. But she does it so that the calf gets up. The can stand on its own and start walking under the belly of giraffe and is saved from other wild animals in the jungle. So that is the kind of teaching which is required. That is the kind of blessings which are given by the teachers or the academic leaders. That is the kind of, you see, there is a difference between pampering and mentoring. Pampering can be dangerous. Mentoring is always constructive. I may tell my child, oh, don't worry, don't study. I know the principal. He's a very good friend of mine. And the child is always going to tell everybody, and he's going to post the pictures of his dad on Facebook every day. He's the best dad in the world. But when the result comes, when he has to face the environment, when he has to face the environmental challenges, the father and the child both are going to cry on the same platform. So it is always better to have a tough exterior. We should be like a coconut. You know, you have seen a coconut which has got a tough exterior, but a heart of gold. So what I want to tell you is that the role of teachers, the role of the taught, because you see earlier what used to happen is that the teachers taught and the students learn. Unfortunately now, some of the teachers they trade and the students buy or they are purchasing. So that's why the knowledge is very, very shallow. And I'm pretty confident that such people, they may achieve success initially, but they will not go far. What is expected is that we must learn all the nuances. We must be like the giraffe mother, who's quite tough initially for the kids so that they can get into some kind of shape. I was in the army, and in the military training, the life is very, very tough. Sometimes it is subhuman. And we used to always ask when we were cadets, why so much of toughness is required? Later on, when we went as instructors in the academies, we realized that you have to undergo such kind of training so that you self-empower yourself. एक शायर ने बड़ा अच्छा कहा है. I know there are international speakers, but give me that liberty कि कोई चांद लाकर नहीं देगा, कोई चांद लाकर नहीं देगा, अपने चेहरे को जगमगाया कर. You have to self-empower yourself, because no brother, no mother, no father, no sister is going to help you once you are in crisis. You have to be the Abhimanyu, you have to be the person who has to come out of it. And that's why there is a very good adage in the army. They say those who sweat more in peace bleed less in war. That's why your teachers, they keep telling you that you must practice, practice, and more practice. Practice makes a man perfect. So what I want to tell you is, I will not take much of time because there are other speakers also, that please, the youngsters, the millennials, they should map their talent. They should understand what is their capability, what is their potential. They should harness the talent, and then they should accordingly deploy that kind of talent. If you see Walmart, he amassed so much of wealth in one lifetime. He started his career as an army guy. He borrowed $10,000 from a lot of people and he invested. And he has such a great empire that if you add up the entire showroom area which he has, or the malls which he has, it will be more than the area of state of Virginia. If you make them put on uniform, his entire staff, he can boast of the biggest army in the world. He could do it by his grit, determination, and he became a good corporate leader by imbibing good things from others. You know, your mind should be like the open, you know, that wire mesh which is there. You must have seen in your windows, there is a wire mesh. Why that wire mesh is there? It is basically so that you allow fresh air, light, and good ideas to come in your mind. And it does not allow any viruses, any kind of insects. They get screened out. So the positive thing should come in your mind, because every mind has got two bulls in your mind. One is the negative bull, the other is a positive bull. Whatever you feed, because the bull which gets fed the best is going to dictate your attitude. And let me tell you, attitude is like the punctured tire of your car. If you don't change it, you've got a bad attitude. If you don't change it, you can't move on. So it is always better to change your attitude, have positive attitude, be upwardly looking, and carry your team. Because team is not a number. Team is a number of members who have mutual trust. And trust is like the best example of trust is when you throw a child up in air, the child goes smiling and he comes down giggling, because the child has trust in you that the hands which have thrown me up are going to hold me once I'm coming down. So that should be the crux of the teamwork. And let me tell you that there are 4 things which we must teach in schools. One is physical fitness. Second is financial management. We don't even talk of it. They always say money is sweeter than honey. Yes, it is. Second is self-empowering. We always think of, once I finish my college, I'm going to get into some kind of job. Teach them about entrepreneurship so that they can be job givers and not job seekers. And then teach them emotional intelligence by which they can handle aggressiveness, they can handle jealousy, they can handle any kind of inner conflict, because these are all various aspects of your personality which are there. The degree may vary. You may be mild or a wild aggressive. So the kid should be told that how to handle them. And the last and not the least is that they should be told to become a good human being. What Ratan Tata had said, Ratan Tata is a very big industrialist and philanthropist of India. He always said, life has got very few weekends. Enjoy them. Bunk your classes, but be sincere. Once you get down on studies, once you get down on job, do it. Go, hell on leather and achieve your aim. That should be there. And the goal setting, we should teach our children. Yes, they should be goal achievers, but they should also know how to set goals. This is somehow we are not teaching. Thank you very much for giving this opportunity to me. And I won't take much time because there are, better and more intelligent speakers waiting. Thank you. Thank you, Monira. Thank you, Alka.
That was absolutely wonderful, Brigadier Datta. And these points that you mentioned about financial management, goal setting, and teaching the youngsters about self-resilience, basically entrepreneurship skills. I think these are the most empowering skills. And once they learn all this, whenever the going gets tough, the tough will definitely get going. And I think that is the idea, and that is the secret of a nation that can be properly progressive with all the inhabitants, all the people all over having a growth mindset, wanting to step out of comfort zones, being able to take decisions on their own. Wonderful, sharing you with all of us. Thank you so much, Brigadier Datta. And I know that Army people are very disciplined, and the fact that you were very, crisp, succinct, and articulate proves that point. Thank you so much. Ambassador Noor, it's over to you now.
Thank you so much, sister. Well, let me introduce another dynamic personnel who is the World Peace Campaigner, social activist, skill trainer, director, and the loyal promoter of culture and arts. He is the founder of World Peace Commission. He is the director of India Times TV. So he is none other than our dynamic brother, Dr. Rajarao Pagitpalli from India. Brother Rajarao, floor is yours.
Thank you, brother. Thank you so much. That's a great introduction. And I thank Global University for this wonderful opportunity. Her Excellency Monira Sultan Poppy, Alka ma'am, and His Eminence Noor Ahmad, and whoever the organizers, and my friend Om Prakash. Thanks to each and everyone for this wonderful opportunity to put my insights on this beautiful topic. The role of students, the role of parents, the role of teachers in nation building. Luckily, I want to say I'm a retired teacher, so I can speak on behalf of the teachers, and I am a parent. I have 2 kids, so I'm nurturing them towards a vision, and also I was a student. I was a student once, so I can speak from these 3 different perceptions, I think, but I don't take much time. But anyway, I can fulfill all these 3 from my perception, because these 3 people are very important for any nation. It may be India, it may be Bangladesh, it may be China, Brazil, USA, any nation you take, these 3 people are very important in nations building. So we start with students. I always say that students are properly utilized. They are the builders of the nation. If something goes wrong, they will become the destroyers. They will become the anti-national elements. So one should be very careful while molding the career of a student, because they are so sensitive. You know what is happening in the present educational system. Once you complete your education, you get married with a beautiful girl or a beautiful boy, then you have to do job. So these are the 2 things that are there in front of a student. Once he completes his education, he has to do a job, and he has to get married to a beautiful girl or a beautiful boy. So actually this thing is making so many students anxious, nervous, and they were unable to cope up with their future goals, because getting a job out of 100 students, it is only possible for 4 or 5 students. Especially the parents' stress is on government job. So almost half of the life, they are vexing with half of the life in efforts to get a job. But if you see the Japan, or if you see the China, if you take an example, China was hit by atomic bombs. People think that they won't rise, but today it is able to produce robots, the nation of robots. So technically they are so much advanced, and they can provide technology to any nation, because they have taken students as human resource. If you take China also same, because they never take population as a burden. But in India, when some discussion is going on, one leader and 130 crore population, what he can do? So that is the many so-called people will ask. So we never ever take people as a burden, but we have to consider people as a resource. So when we develop this notion, certainly people become a power. The students become a power. So in such a way, we have to divert our students into human resources. So when one thing I want to say, students are not born for government jobs. Students are not meant for government jobs. They are meant for every field, especially politics. But youngsters never be encouraged into political side. There are so many opportunities for youth, youngsters in shaping the nation's future, but they were never only retired people, only people who were at the retirement age. They are supposed to encourage. They will be encouraged to join politics after completing all their responsibilities only. So this is very pathetic. Politics are not meant for retired people. They are meant for youngsters because they have vision, they have mission, they have energy. They are able to do anything for the progressing of a nation. So students should be ever since they were children. Students should be diverted. Students should be molded. Students should be nurtured into any category, not only for government jobs, but there are so many categories. Ever since my kids were born, I have been nurturing them to become a great scientist like Abdul Kalam. I don't know whether they will become scientists or not, but I planted a seed in their minds. So whenever some people ask, what is your ambition or what do you want to become in future? They say absolutely, I want to become a scientist. My two sons will say the same. They don't know exactly what is scientist or who is scientist and what is their responsibility. But I started planting a seed when they were born, from the moment they were born. So I think that, in my opinion, scientists have a great responsibility in developing or in progressing the future generation. So I felt it's my responsibility to give two scientists to our nation. I don't know whether they become scientists or not, but I have a strong will in diverting them into that side. But we don't know what God thinks. So if God also thinks the same and kids thinks the same, that will happen for surely. So that is the one thing. So we have to mold students into any category because they are the able people. They are not meant for merely government jobs. And then I want to say is, when students are able to explore themselves, they are like a flowing river. They are like a flowing river. Flowing river is very fresh. Otherwise we see all stinks, bad smell, and algae, everything. So that won't be useful. So we have to make them flow. We have to give them freedom, which is required for the young minds. We can direct them, but we should not stress with our ideas on their minds. Then I want to say, students can safeguard nations even. So this is from student side. Students are in a position to safeguard nations. Students are in a position to take any activity, any role in molding nations and building nations. And parents should be a positive channel. Because nowadays we can see so many parents are criticizing children by comparing with others. So they are feeding the fear. Present the parents feeding their kids with negativity, feeding their kids with fear. They are always criticized by comparing with others. It should be never be done. So a parent should be a constructive critic. Of course, every parent has to criticize their kids, but it has to be a positive, a constructive criticism. Constructive criticism. We should not. What do we call? We should not compare them with others. We should not humiliate them by comparing with others, because they develop a negative mindset. They develop a fear factor. These factors corrupt their minds. So, parents' responsibility is they should function as a positive channel between the society and to their kids. They should function as a positive channel. Then only they can become something else. You know, Hitler became a Hitler. Hitler became a Hitler, a notorious dictator. That is because of his parent. You believe it or not, his father tortured him a lot. Hitler, as a kid, he was tortured by his father, so he became like that. He became like a notorious dictator. So nowadays we can say who is a notorious dictator? Certainly we say Hitler. If a person is a dictator, we say he's a Hitler. His name has become synonymous like that. So it is the responsibility of parents. So if your kid has to play a vital role in building the nation, right, you have to be, a parent has to be a positive channel between the society and between their kids. That is the responsibility of a parent. Then last comes the teacher. You know, in India, teachers are compared with gods or next to gods. Gurudevo Bhava. They say Gurudevo Bhava. So, such a role was given to a guru, a teacher, because he is the source of wisdom, because he is the source of knowledge, because he is the source of everything to a student. Many times, students compare themselves, or students take as a role model the teachers. Teachers will be their role models. So, as is the teacher, so are the students. As is the teacher, so are the students. So, the teacher's responsibility is, the teacher is always a student. He has to update his knowledge. Otherwise, a teacher will be outdated from the society. So, that is the responsibility of a teacher, because your behavior, your notions, your ideology strongly influence our students. So, a teacher should function as a friend, guide, philosopher. A teacher should function as a friend, guide, philosopher, so that students can approach. You know, nowadays we are unable to speak to our teachers, but nowadays the trend has been changed, because teachers themselves are going to the students and they are asking. Because nowadays when Zoom meetings are, when as the classes are going through the Zoom, I can observe that. So anyway, the trend has been changed. Good. So the teacher has to do this role. He has to be the friend to the student. He has to be the philosopher to a student. He has to be a guide to a student, because he is the source of knowledge. He is the source of all intellectuality. He is the source of all wisdom. So when these three people, when students are able to concentrate on their wisdom or knowledge, their fate, destination, vision, future, then when parents become a positive channel or positive medium between students and society, and when teachers work as a source of wisdom to their students, we can see wonders. We can see wonders in any nation. So that happens with the coordination and collaboration of these three strongest factors. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Ambassador Noor, you're muted.
Yes, sister, floor is yours.
Yeah, Alka, can you please welcome our madam, Ragini ma'am. She has some work. Can you please welcome her now?
All right. Yes, yes, of course. So next up, we have with us all the way from India, Professor Dr. Carolyn. She is the chairman of the Life Foundation. So, Professor Carolyn, we are waiting eagerly to hear your perspectives on this very important topic to develop nation. What's the role of parents, teachers, and students? So let's hear it from you, and a big welcome to you on this platform.
Greetings to all. Good evening to all the excellencies. And I would like to thank organizers for inviting me. I'm very much thankful to all the eminent personalities who gathered here, the educators and highly profiled speakers. Thank you very much. Our topic is a very important topic, the role of student, teacher, and parents for building the nation. Yes, all these three are very important. I hope I was introduced, so no need of introducing. I'm Dr. Callie, professor, working as professor of environmental science and English. Both the subjects I'll be teaching for Tegal Krishna Reddy Engineering College. I'm the chairman of the Life Foundation, that is an NGO, and also managing director of C8 TV web channel. So thank you very much. So here we are taking up the right topic. So student, parent, and teachers, they are the main pillars to build the nation. First, I would like to take parent. What is the role of the parent? A good parent always protect the child from all the evil forces. Because why I said in the beginning this statement, as a psychologist, I'm also a counseling psychologist. I'll be counseling students and the family members who are with the various suffering with various problems and issues. So yeah, I say that first, people, child, students, they will be attracted, the young children especially, they'll be attracted to the evil forces. So parent role is to protect the child from the evil forces. So nature teaches a lot. So parent and teachers have to look at the nature, how best the nature is teaching us and what it is teaching. If we observe nature, the metamorphosis, first I would like to take up the metamorphosis that is small silkworm or butterfly, it undergoes metamorphosis. During that time, it undergoes a lot of trauma. So when it faces the trauma, then the silkworm or butterfly can live in the nature comfortably and stay for long period. So the parent, sometimes what the parents does, they want the child to be in a very positive zone, protected zone. At that time, they will be pampering a lot. And because of this more pampering, children will be turned up into a spoiled. So parents are the first guru. We call them as our first guru. So parents are first guru. These gurus and teachers are the first, second gurus, and they are the great mentors. So first mentor and guru is parents, and teachers are second guru and mentors. So I said that parents and teachers especially concentrate on the nature, what nature speaks, and take the laws and should implement in the lives of the children or students. Definitely, they will be turned up into a very well nurtured students who help in building up the nation. So parents are the first teachers and gurus. So children will be observing the parents, how they act, what are their reactions, how they speak, their attitude, behavior, everything. Right from childhood, they will be observing the parents. And by looking at them, they develop their character. So attributes. So it is very important that mother and father should be well disciplined, because children will be observing them. They will be imitating. So when parents are well disciplined and maintain a well decorum, they can help their children to be well disciplined children, and they're going to help in future building the nation. So it is very important. As we heard from the previous speakers, parents can trouble them or they hurt them. As Sir said just now, that zero fee hurts the child. Even I have seen some videos when lion attacks the cow, here immediately the zero fee hurts the child and make the child to slip on the ground. So that hurting. So really mother hurts the child? No. But to protect the child, to save the child, she hurts the baby. Similarly, mother should hurt sometimes when they're moving on to the negative, attracted the negative, negative acts, when they're attracted and acting in a different way. It is a role of the parent to protect and hurt the child. First she hurts, she has to hurt, then on the baby will be set. If we see, okay, a small child, let it be, next time he will learn. No. In the beginning itself, the mother or father should set the child, and child never commit a mistake. That is very important. So parent role, I feel that it is very high. A child can become a great person and support the nation only with the nurturing of the mother and father. Especially mother role is very high. The girls and boys, the children will mainly listen to their mother, as mother feeds the child. So during that time, I feel that mother should teach all the moral lessons. Children forgot to read good moral books. So it is the responsibility of the mother, at least feeding the child, she take the time and teach good moral lessons from the all heroic stories she can say, or she can take up all the religious spiritual books, and she can teach all the morals or whatever she feels that is important to teach, she can teach them. So that is the time to take up while feeding. That is the right time to implement all whatever she wants. She can mold. Just now Rajarosa said, he is sowing the seed of scientists in the minds of his children. Definitely I declare they will become, because from childhood is feeding. He's sowing the seed of scientists, the importance of science, how it supports the nation. That is very important. So parents' role is very high in molding the children and making them a righteous children and supporting the nation and help in building up the nation in a great way. We can lift our head in pride, transforming our children in a positive way. So that is very important. And teacher role, as I said, they are second guru, and they are mainly they can mold the children. So when from school, most of the time they spend at home and school. So only these parents and guru teachers can mold children and transform them into the better society. So teacher is the first teacher who corrects the child, the student, when he steps into the class. So the child's mistake should be the last mistake when teacher is the right teacher. So APJ Abdul Kalam says, your best teacher is your last mistake. It is quoted by APJ Abdul Kalam. So teacher has to set, as mother corrects the mistakes of the child at home, teacher should correct the mistakes of the child in the school, in the college. And especially as they step into, from school to college, the lecturers should mold them. And when they step into the universities or engineering colleges, faculty should mold them. So they have to teach them the soft skills, communication skills, employability skills. We have to encourage them to be self-supporters. They shouldn't depend on others. They have to be on their own feet. So they will not be a burden to the society. So we inculcate a lot of employability skills in the minds of our engineering students. We encourage them to be good entrepreneurs. So they support hundreds of students. So that's what we have to encourage. So teachers' role is also high in making the students great and supporting them in building up the nation. So teachers, parents' role is very high. We cannot deny them. At the same time, students' role. We are fortunate enough, especially developing country like India, more than 60% we have youth. As just now Rajarao sir said, that youth should participate even in elections and all. Okay, they have to look at the politics because they are going to help in shaping up the nation. They can transform the nation and help the nation to move towards the development. So students' role is very high. Education is all-round development. So holistic development is brought by teacher, parent, and students can be molded well with the support of education. It brings a great change in the minds of the students. So education is very important. These students, if they bring awareness in the minds of their other students, or they go and bring awareness that gender equality is important. Education of the girl child is important. Child marriages should be abolished. So when they bring awareness in the minds of the parents and society, neighboring houses, so definitely there will be a tremendous change. There are many number of people they're underprivileged. They're not having any proper facilities. So students can bring a great change. They can transform. They can support the underprivileged students. I encourage my students to go and teach students in the slums. The evenings they go and teach the slum students. So we encourage them to go for the entrepreneurship. So they started their startups. So it is a responsibility of the teacher to mold the child, and definitely the students will help in building the nation. So very important. And students get very easily attracted to the anti-social elements. So teacher and parents should observe the student. Where are they moving? What are they doing? Observation should be high. When we transform them, when we set their minds to and move towards the positive side, they never go back. So the role of teacher, parent in transforming the students is very important, and the students helping building the nation. So definitely our nation will be in progress state. Thank you very much for giving this opportunity.
Thank you so much, Professor Dr. Caroline. The fact that you said that, we need to make the children, we need to make everybody self-reliant. But actually, the parents, the educators, the students, everybody together become a powerful force to reckon with. So if the transformation has to come, everybody needs to do their own role. And you also mentioned something about, being good role models for the parents as well as for the educators. Because once we set those good examples, the children will follow suit. Or जो ये चेंज हम बदलाव लाना चाह रहे हैं सोसाइटी में, अपने नेशन को आगे प्रोग्रेसिव बनाना चाहते हैं, वो तभी होगा जब हम सब एक पार्टनरशिप के साथ काम करें. तो चाहे वो पेरेंट्स हो, चाहे वो एजुकेटर्स हो, एकेडमिक लीडर्स हो या वो बच्चे हो, यंगस्टर्स हो, बिकॉज यंगस्टर्स में अवेयरनेस बहुत होती है और हमें एज देयर गाइड एंड फैसिलिटेटर हमें उन्हें फाइनेंशियली इंडिपेंडेंट बनाना है, उनको मैनेज करना सिखाना है कि अपने गोल्स पे कैसे फोकस रखना है. सो वेरी वेल पुट पॉइंट्स डॉक्टर प्रोफेसर कैरोलिन, एंड नाउ आई विल pass it on to my brother Noor.
Hello, I would like to request here something that one of our teacher Ragni madam has to leave due to certain work.
All right.
So if she can get a chance to speak for 5 minutes, it will be good.
Sure, absolutely. Ragini ma'am, please आप अपने विचार जो है वो पेश करिए, हम आपके भी विचार सुनना चाहेंगे. So please feel free to unmute yourself और अपना वीडियो भी ऑन कर लीजिए. And please share your thoughts with us on this powerful topic. अपने बारे में जरूर बताइए हमें, और बताने के बाद after sharing something about yourself, a little introduction, please talk about this topic. Thank you so much and a big welcome.
One thing more I want to say, that she will be speaking regarding the Samyak Education Welfare Society work, as it is being done by her also in Gandhinagar. So mostly she will speak of that.
All right.
Yeah.
Ragini ma'am, we're already eager to be listening to you.
First of all, very good evening to everyone, and thank you very much for giving me this opportunity to speak. As my name is Ragini Meena, and I am a teacher in Samyak Education and Welfare Society since 2017. So it has I have been completed 4 years with Samyak Education and Welfare Society. During this time, I have learned so many things from the people who are working in Samyak Education and Welfare Society. So in 2017, when we started Samyak Education and Welfare Society, so we have faced many problems that time. We have to teach a student as well as their parents the importance of education, why education is necessary for everyone, because in slums the atmosphere of slum is quite different. The importance of education is not people are not aware about the importance of education. So first of all, when we started Samyak, so we have to arrange some seminars, conference for the people to teach them that what is the importance of education, why every child have to get educated, and for their future, why they have to learn. So for that that time we have faced so many problems, because in the slums many women who work on the daily wages, and also their daughters have to support them in their work. So just because of that they can't study because they do not have money, and very many financial problems, and apart from that many financial as well as many personal problems they have in study. So moving them towards the education is a very difficult work. So by the help of Samyak Education and Welfare Society, I was trying to that time I was trying to help them, and still we are doing. We are arranging classes for them, free coaching classes, as well as their stationery, books, and other accessories which they need during the education. Samyak Education and Welfare Society trying to provide them, and many times Samyak Education and Welfare Society Samyak Education and Welfare Society is paying their fees, their school fees as possible. So today we have adopted to, around 200 students in various slums of Bhopal, and we are teaching them at free of cost, because it is very important to teach them. They do not, they can't afford education because their parents are not in that condition that they can earn even to eat. During the pandemic situation of the COVID-19, Samyak Education and Welfare Society also distributed raw food material to them. Around 3,000 people, Samyak Education and Welfare Society distributed raw food material, and 60,000 people who are daily wages workers and migrant workers, Samak Education and Welfare Society distributed them cooked food, because we do not want that any of a student who wants to study and he or she cannot study, he or she cannot study just because of money. So by thinking about this, we are paying their fees and we are paying to society, that what we get by the society we are giving that to society, that every student who is nearby us and who wants to study, so we are giving them education and trying to do our best for them, that they can do something in their life. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Ragini ma'am. That was really nice. And the fact that you talked about the payback to the society, I think that is something which each and every individual should do, because so much is given to us by the society, by the country, by the global, world, that we should do our bit, even if it's a little bit, but we should definitely do it. And hats off to your noble initiatives. Keep shining always. And I think it was very inspirational, and you're proving to be a true transformative leader. So thank you so much. Noor Bhai, it's over to you, please.
Thank you so much, sister. Well, in my profession, actually, the world most famous profession is a teaching profession. So the global university always believe that the teacher are the
I think, Noor Bhai?
Network issue.
I think there is a network issue. So never mind. Let's move on to our next inspirational speaker. Next up, we have Miss Ritu Bala. Miss Ritu Bala, can you just unmute yourself and put on your video and introduce to all of us, and then please share some highlights and some power thoughts on this topic with all of us. Ms. Ritu Bala, please. Are you there with us? All right. So I'll move on to our next speaker then. Next up, we have Miss Sudha Madan. Miss Sudha Madam. Is Miss Sudha Madam there? Oh, yes, I do see her. So, Sudha Madam, can you unmute yourself? Thank you so much. And please introduce yourself to all of us and then share your thoughts on this topic, which is of global relevance, something about the role of the parents, educators, and students in the development of the nation. So it's over to you now. Sudha ma'am, welcome.
Praveen sir, is Sudha ma'am is here?
I just saw her.
हेलो
There she is.
सभी को जय भीम नमस्कार।
सुधा मैडम, आप जो है हिंदी में बात कर सकते हैं, ठीक है?
What name she is using? Can you please tell us so that we can spotlight?
सुधा मैडम, आप अपना कैमरा ऑन करें मोबाइल का।
बहुत बहुत वेलकम आपका। और आप बिल्कुल हिंदी में
can see her. Can see her. Yeah, Sudha ma'am, please you can speak in your own language, no problem.
अपनी लैंग्वेज में बात करिए, अपने बारे में थोड़ा सा बताएंगे, उसके बाद इस टॉपिक के ऊपर बताएंगे आप। थैंक यू एंड आपको बहुत बहुत वेलकम टू यू।
सभी को जय भीम नमो।
थोड़ा लाउड बोलेंगे सुधा जी, थोड़ा सा लाउड बोलिए, थोड़ा सा ऊंचा बोलिए।
सभी को जय भीम नमो बुद्ध। मैं सुधा गांधीनगर से भोपाल, और मैं सम्यक एजुकेशन एंड वेलफेयर सोसाइटी के माध्यम से संचालित फ्री एजुकेशन कोचिंग में टीचर हूँ, जहाँ पे मैं 30 बच्चों को पढ़ाती हूँ 3 घंटे, और वे सभी बच्चे सरकारी सरकारी स्कूल में पढ़ाई करते हैं। पहले यहाँ पे मैंने बस्ती में सर्वे की थी।
मैडम कैमरा मोबाइल का आपके सामने रखिए फेस के।
सर मेरी आवाज नहीं आ रही।
थोड़ा मोबाइल पास में रखिए और फेस दिखना चाहिए आपका कैमरे में, फिर आप बोलिए, है ना।
हाँ, मैं यहाँ पे 30 बच्चों को पढ़ाती हूँ। सम्यक एजुकेशन एंड वेलफेयर सोसाइटी के माध्यम से फ्री एजुकेशन कोचिंग में मैं बच्चों को सभी विषय की पढ़ाई करवाती हूँ और वे सभी बच्चे सरकारी स्कूल में जाते हैं और सभी बच्चे के माता पिता मजदूरी का काम करते हैं, जिसमें कोचिंग की फीस जमा नहीं कर पाते। इसलिए सम्यक एजुकेशन एंड वेलफेयर सोसाइटी के माध्यम से फ्री कोचिंग स्टार्ट की जा रही है, जिसमें सभी बच्चे पढ़ाई करते हैं। शुरू में बच्चे सही से पढ़ नहीं पाते थे, हिंदी सही से पढ़ नहीं पाते थे, इंग्लिश और गणित में काफी वीक थे बच्चे और काफी डरते थे बच्चे। फिर धीरे धीरे बच्चे इंग्लिश पढ़ लेते हैं अब और हिंदी भी पढ़ाई कर लेते हैं। मैंने बच्चों को डिवाइड के सवाल सिखाए और मल्टीप्लाई के सवाल। पहले बच्चे में शांत नहीं बैठ पाते थे क्लास में, फिर अब बच्चे में शांत बैठ पाते हैं और काफी बच्चे में बदलाव आया है। और पहले जैसे कि मैं होमवर्क देती थी तो बच्चे कर नहीं पाते थे, लेकिन अब बच्चे टाइम पर कोचिंग आते हैं और होमवर्क भी कर लेते हैं। और बच्चे के जो माता पिता है वो बच्चे की पढ़ाई के लिए कॉपी किताब अरेंज नहीं कर पाते हैं, तो सम्यक एजुकेशन एंड वेलफेयर सोसाइटी के माध्यम से बच्चों के लिए कॉपी किताब दी जाती है, जिसमें बच्चे आसानी से पढ़ लेते हैं। और गवर्नमेंट स्कूल में बच्चों की ज्यादा अच्छे से पढ़ाई नहीं करवाई जाती है, लेकिन कोचिंग में बच्चे अच्छे से पढ़ लेते हैं। और पहले लॉकडाउन में यहाँ पे काफी जरूरतमंद लोगों को राशन वितरित किया गया था और दूसरे लॉकडाउन में भी लगभग 300 परिवारों को राशन वितरित किया गया था, जो कि गांधीनगर में काफी लोग परेशान थे लॉकडाउन के चलते और बच्चे भी काफी परेशान थे। लेकिन सम्यक एजुकेशन एंड वेलफेयर सोसाइटी के माध्यम से गांधीनगर में काफी मदद मिली लोगों को और बच्चों को भी, जिसमें उनके घर में और जैसे कि बच्चों की पढ़ाई में स्कूल सब बंद थी, परंतु सम्यक एजुकेशन एंड वेलफेयर सोसाइटी के माध्यम से कोचिंग चालू थी। इस वजह से बच्चे पढ़ाई कर लेते हैं और मैं क्लास में बच्चों को 10 मिनट का मेडिटेशन करवाती हूँ, जिसमें बच्चे शांति से बैठ लेते हैं और पढ़ाई पर फोकस करते हैं। और माता पिता भी काफी बच्चों में बदलाव देखे हैं, इसलिए बच्चे को टाइम पर भेज देते हैं कोचिंग में पढ़ाई के लिए और बच्चे काफी अच्छे से तैयार होके साफ सफाई से क्लास में आते हैं। और मैं बच्चों को हमारे महापुरुष के बारे में बताती हूँ, हमारे बाबा साहेब डॉक्टर अंबेडकर के बारे में, उनके जीवन के बारे में और उनके संघर्ष के बारे में बच्चों को सिखाती हूँ। मैं बच्चों को ये सिखाती हूँ कि आप किसी पर निर्भर ना रहें, आप खुद अच्छे से पढ़ाई करो और आप अच्छे से मार्क्स ले आओ, फर्स्ट डिवीजन लेके आओ, ताकि आपको अच्छे से जॉब मिल सके और आप खुद खुद अपने आत्मनिर्भर बनो। मैं बच्चों को यही सलाह देती हूँ कि आप पढ़ाई पर ज्यादा ध्यान दो, काफी अच्छे से पढ़ाई किया करो ताकि आप आगे बढ़ सको। आप अपने मम्मी पापा पर और अपने भाई बहन पर निर्भर नहीं रहना चाहिए। इसलिए बच्चे की पढ़ाई में अच्छे से करवाती हूँ और बच्चे भी काफी अच्छे से पढ़ाई कर लेते हैं और बच्चों में भी काफी बदलाव आया है। तो मैं सम्यक एजुकेशन एंड वेलफेयर सोसाइटी के सभी दानदाताओं को और हमारे प्रवीण सर और खेड़ों को मैं धन्यवाद करना चाहूंगी जो यहाँ पे गांधीनगर में फ्री एजुकेशन कोचिंग स्टार्ट करवाई और मुझे जो सैलरी मिलती है वो सम्यक एजुकेशन एंड वेलफेयर सोसाइटी के माध्यम से मिलती है। मुझे हर महीने समय पर दी जाती है, तो मैं बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद करना चाहूंगी और सभी सदस्यों का जो इस मीटिंग में शामिल है सभी का धन्यवाद करती हूँ। जय भीम, नमो बुद्धाय। धन्यवाद।
बहुत बढ़िया आपने बातें बताई कि आप कैसे बच्चों को पढ़ाती हैं और कैसे मतलब अपना जो सिर्फ पढ़ाने का ही काम नहीं करती हैं, उनके खाने पीने का भी ध्यान रखती हैं और उनको अच्छी अच्छी किताबें भी पढ़ के सुनाती हैं। I think she's doing a fabulous job for the society. Not only is she teaching the children of those are less privileged children, but she's also ensuring that they get good provisions so that they can eat well, they can study well, they can lead a good life. So great job she's doing. And Praveen ji, you are really working hard on your society. That is why she talked about whatever earnings she gets from the welfare society. So a great noble job you people are doing. I think there should be more people and more organizations like this if you really want to make the world a better place and a beautiful place to live in. Positive mind, positive thoughts, and positive life. That is what our aim should be as true transformative international heroes and leaders. So बहुत शुक्रिया, बहुत अच्छा लगा आपको सुन के. Thank you so much, Praveen ji. It was wonderful. आपकी सोसाइटी के बारे में सुन के बहुत ही अच्छा लग रहा है. So I think moving on, Noor has joined back. So Noor bhai, will you like to announce our next speaker?
Yeah, I would like to call our another respected personnel. She is a teacher, Miss Karuna, madam from Gandhinagar. Miss Karuna, ma'am, floor is yours.
जय भीम, नमो बुद्धाय. जय भीम, नमो बुद्धाय. मेरा नाम करुणा इंगले है. मैं गांधीनगर भोपाल इंडिया से हूँ. सम्यक एजुकेशन एंड वेलफेयर सोसाइटी की टीचर हूँ. सम्यक एजुकेशन एंड वेलफेयर सोसाइटी में मैं 3 साल से काम कर रही हूँ. आज हम सभी टीचर, पेरेंट्स और बच्चों के बारे में विचार व्यक्त करने जा रहे हैं. हमारे यहाँ स्लिम एरिया में ज्यादातर बच्चे पढ़ाई नहीं करते थे. वहाँ ज्यादातर काम काज में ही ध्यान देते थे. बट फ्री कोचिंग क्लासेस में बच्चों को फ्री कोचिंग क्लासेस प्रदान की गई है प्रवीण सर के द्वारा, जिससे कि हमारे इधर के बच्चे पढ़ाई पर ज्यादा जोर देने लगे, क्योंकि यहाँ पर फीस के ज्यादा वो होता था कि हमें दूसरे कोचिंग क्लासेस में जाएंगे तो फीस देना पड़ेगा. बट सर ने यहाँ पर फ्री कोचिंग क्लासेस प्रदान किए, जिससे कि बच्चों को फीस भरने से बचाव हो रहा है. बस हमारे यहाँ के सारे बच्चे गवर्नमेंट स्कूल के हैं, जो कि इंग्लिश में बहुत ही कम काम बोल सकते हैं या उनको इंग्लिश ज्यादा समझ नहीं आती है. बट प्रवीण सर के द्वारा जो इंग्लिश क्लासेस, ऑनलाइन क्लासेस जो ज्वाइन सिखाते हैं, वो भी बच्चे अटेंड करते हैं, जिससे कि उनमें थोड़ा सा इन्वॉल्वमेंट आ रहा है कि हाँ वो इंग्लिश समझ सकें. थैंक यू. जय भीम।
इसमें ज्यादा बोला कि मैंने ज्यादा बोली थी? मैंने बहुत ज्यादा भाषण दी थी, है ना?
वो आपको announcement
Well, thank you, sister, for your valuable words. And it's really, you are doing such an inspirational profession. So we definitely respect you. And actually, all people should respect you as well. So thank you, ma'am. And I'm back to Alka, ma'am. Over to you.
Thank you so much, Noor Bhai. And now we've been hearing the perspectives of educators and, but now it's time to listen to the perspective of a parent. So I would like to invite Mr. Subhash Wakorde. I hope I've gotten the way the name is pronounced correct. So Mr. Subhash, aap hain? Are you there, Mr. Subhash?
जी
Very good. Big welcome to you. Please talk अपने बारे में थोड़ा बताइए और उसके बाद हमें जो आपका पर्सपेक्टिव है, जो आपके ख्याल है, जो थॉट्स है इस विषय के ऊपर, उनके बारे में भी बताइए।
सर्वप्रथम चैनल पे आए हुए मेहमानों को मेरी तरफ से नमस्कार, नमो बुद्धाय, जय भीम। समयक एजुकेशन एंड वेलफेयर सोसाइटी के द्वारा यहाँ पे गरीब असहाय लोगों की काफी मदद की गई कोविड-19 के अंदर। और एजुकेशन की 3 कोचिंग क्लासेस गांधीनगर में खुली गई हैं, जिसके लिए मैं समयक एजुकेशन एंड वेलफेयर सोसाइटी का आभार व्यक्त करता हूँ सर्वप्रथम कि उन्होंने इस कार्य को इस गरीब बच्चों तक शिक्षा जागृति के लिए आगे आए, उसके लिए मैं उनका आभार व्यक्त करता हूँ और उनको दिल से धन्यवाद करता हूँ। समयक एजुकेशन एंड वेलफेयर सोसाइटी ने मेरी भी काफी मदद की। मेरी बच्ची के एजुकेशन के लिए मेरे पास कोविड-19 के अंदर काफी वो नुकसान हो गया था। मैं जॉब पे भी नहीं जा रहा था, घर पे था, तो मुझे समयक एजुकेशन वेलफेयर सोसाइटी के माध्यम से सहायता राशि मिली कुछ, जिसका मैंने अपनी बच्ची का स्कूल में एडमिशन कराया है और आज वो मेरी बच्ची स्कूल जा रही है। तो मैं समयक एजुकेशन वेलफेयर सोसाइटी के सभी दानदाताओं का, धम्मदाताओं का दिल से साधुवाद एवं आभार व्यक्त करता हूँ और मैं आशा करता हूँ कि समयक एजुकेशन एंड वेलफेयर सोसाइटी ऐसे सराहनीय कार्य हमेशा करती रहे और जो गरीब असहाय जो लोग हैं वे उनका मनोबल बढ़े और वे आगे आके अपने लिए कुछ करें, अपना अतिथि भव, अपना प्रकाश स्वयं बने। इसी में समयक एजुकेशन एंड वेलफेयर सोसाइटी से आशा करता हूँ। जय भीम, नमो बुद्धाय, थैंक यू।
बहुत बढ़िया, काफी बढ़िया काम कर रहे हैं सम्यक एजुकेशन सोसाइटी एंड वेलफेयर, बहुत बढ़िया है। और आप भी इसमें बहुत आगे बढ़कर काम कर रहे हैं, इंश्योर कर रहे हैं कि सारे बच्चे पढ़ें, वो अच्छी तरह से अपना ख्याल रखें। और आपकी बेटी भी पढ़ाई कर रही है, ये बहुत ही बढ़िया बात है। आगे वो ऐसे बहुत बहुत ज्यादा पढ़े और नाम कमाए और आपको बहुत मतलब जिसे आपको गर्व महसूस हो उसके ऊपर, बिल्कुल ऐसी फीलिंग्स आपको दे। एंड अगेन मिस्टर प्रवीण, आई वुड लाइक टू hats off to your society Samaritan work, because this is such a big thing that you're doing. और धीरे धीरे अगर हम ऐसे ही करते रहेंगे, छोटे छोटे स्टेप्स लेते रहेंगे, तो आई एम श्योर the world, there will be no stopping the world from becoming a really beautiful place to live in, where all the basic needs of an individual are met. And basic needs also include good education, because education helps in so many things in life. I mean, if you educated, you can get a good job, you can look after yourself, you can present yourself well. So great going, great job ahead.
Thank you, madam.
To our next speaker, अब अगले स्पीकर की तरफ चलते हैं। तो ये जो स्पीकर है ये एक स्टूडेंट है, तो स्टूडेंट पर्सपेक्टिव भी अब सुन लेते हैं। अमन है, मिस्टर अमन। अमन, आर यू देयर? Aman, Mr. Aman, are you there?
हाँ, हेलो।
आप वेरी गुड, वेरी गुड। तो चलिए आप अपने बारे में थोड़ा सा बताओ हमें, और इसके साथ साथ थोड़ा सा
प्रवीण सर, अमन है क्या यहाँ पे?
हाँ है।
Yes, yes, Aman is there. Yes, ma'am.
Okay, okay.
there he is, there he is.
Yeah, he is
Yellow
there.
yellow shirt.
यस यस
तो
यस।
अपने
सभी को
बारे में बताइए, अपने
सभी
बारे
को
में बताओ, और अपना जो आपका व्यूज है, जो आप विचार रखते हो, उसके बारे में भी बताओ।
सभी को जय भीम नमो बुद्धाय। मैं अमन कक्षा 5 सरकारी स्कूल में पढ़ता हूँ। मैं गांधीनगर भोपाल में रहता हूँ। मेरी मम्मी पापा मजदूरी का काम करते हैं। मेरे पिताजी का नाम श्रीमान अमर चौहान, मेरी माता जी का नाम श्रीमती हिना चौहान। मैं समक एजुकेशन एंड वेलफेयर सोसाइटी के द्वारा संचालित फ्री एजुकेशन कोचिंग में पढ़ता हूँ, जहाँ पर मुझे सभी विषय की पढ़ाई करवाई जाती है। पहले मैं अंग्रेजी और गणित विषय में बहुत डरता था। मुझे डिवाइड के सार नहीं आते थे, मैं अच्छे से अंग्रेजी नहीं पढ़ पाता था। लेकिन अब मैं डिवाइड के साल सीख गया, मैं अंग्रेजी अच्छे से पढ़ लेता हूँ। 20 तक टेबल आते हैं मुझे। आप सभी को मेरी तरफ से धन्यवाद।
बहुत अच्छा, बहुत बढ़िया बात करी। आप ऐसे ही पढ़ते रहो अमन, और बहुत बड़े आदमी बनो। और क्या डरना है, आपको इंग्लिश बहुत बढ़िया आ जाएगी। आप तो इतने मतलब स्ट्रॉन्ग इंसान हो, आप में वो विश्वास है कि आप बहुत अच्छे से पढ़ लोगे, तो बिल्कुल पढ़ोगे और बहुत आगे बढ़ोगे। सो बहुत अच्छी बातें बताई, थैंक यू सो मच, बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद। नूर भाई, इट्स ओवर टू यू नाउ।
Well, thank you so much. Before going to the closing remarks, I would like to invite any of the participants who want to share anything.
One
Can I
teacher
get
is
some
left.
of you?
One teacher is left to,
Yes, yes. One teacher is left. Maybe Miss Ritubala Khatsi.
Yeah.
Are you available? Teacher, Miss Ritubala Khatsi.
हेलो।
Yes. Yes, ma'am. Floor is yours.
जय भीम सर, जय भीम मैम। हेलो।
हाँ मैडम, बोलिए बोलिए।
We are hearing you.
को मेरी तरफ से जय भीम। मैं सबसे पहले अपना परिचय दे देती हूँ। मेरा नाम ऋतुबाला खड़से है और यहाँ मैं प्राइवेट स्कूल में पढ़ाती थी। कोविड-19 की वजह से मैं प्राइवेट स्कूल्स में ऑनलाइन क्लासेस चलती है, जिसकी वजह से टीचर्स कम हो गए स्कूलों में, तो मैं जॉबलेस हूँ। तो इस वजह से मैं एक मिस्टर प्रवीण गोरखेड़े सर के थ्रू सम्यक वेलफेयर एजुकेशन सिस्टम से जुड़ी हुई हूँ, और इसके माध्यम से हम लोगों ने यहाँ पर फ्री कोचिंग क्लासेस स्टार्ट की है, यहाँ पर हम लोग जो स्लम एरिया, झोपड़ी के जो लोग होते हैं, जो मजदूरी करते हैं, काम पर जाते हैं, इनके बच्चों को हम लोग पढ़ाते हैं। और सर के माध्यम से हम लोगों को कुछ उन गरीब लोगों के परिवारों के लिए हम लोगों को राशन वगैरह, जो बहुत कम समय में सर ने हमारी इतनी अच्छी मदद की है उन गरीब बच्चों के लिए, कि इसके लिए मैं सर का बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद करती हूँ। और यहाँ पर बच्चों की जो कंडीशन है ये बहुत खराब है, बहुत ज़्यादा। मतलब बच्चों में वो डिसिप्लिन नहीं है, रहने के मतलब वो ढंग नहीं है, कैसे बच्चे कपड़े पहनना उनका, ना उनको अच्छे से आता है, लिखना अच्छे से आता है। बहुत बच्चों में बहुत सारी प्रॉब्लम्स है और हम इन पर धीरे धीरे काम कर रहे हैं। बच्चों में इम्प्रूवमेंट भी है। मैं इन बच्चों को बेसिक नॉलेज करवा रही हूँ अभी बच्चों की, क्योंकि कंडीशन बहुत खराब है, उनको अल्फाबेट और ये सब चीजें भी नहीं आती है कई बच्चों को, तो ये सब चीजें करवा रही हूँ मैं। इसमें से कुछ बच्चे मतलब स्कूल्स में जाते हैं और कुछ बच्चे तो घर में ही रहते हैं, कुछ बच्चे स्कूल्स में नहीं जाते। तो हम लोगों ने उनके पेरेंट्स से बात भी की है, जैसे एडमिशन करवाने के लिए, तो उनका जैसे आरटी में एडमिशन करवाने के लिए या फिर उनको गवर्नमेंट स्कूल्स में एडमिशन कराने के लिए, तो इस पर हम लोग अभी काम कर रहे हैं। तो और बच्चों को हम लोग बहुत अच्छा यहाँ पर मतलब एक एक बच्चे को बहुत अच्छे से एक्सप्लेन करते हैं हर क्वेश्चन को, और एक एक बच्चे का टेस्ट लेते हैं, एक एक बच्चे को कॉपी में वर्क देते हैं। तो इस तरह से हम बच्चों पे अभी बहुत अच्छी मेहनत कर रहे हैं और बच्चों में इसका रिजल्ट भी देखा है मैंने। कई बच्चों में इम्प्रूवमेंट है और कुछ बच्चों में कम इम्प्रूवमेंट है, और मैं कोशिश करूंगी कि सभी बच्चों में बहुत अच्छा इम्प्रूवमेंट हो। और मैं एक बार फिर से मिस्टर प्रवीण गोरखेड़े सर का बहुत बहुत आभार प्रकट करती हूँ कि उन्होंने मुझे इस सोसाइटी से जोड़कर मुझे एक अच्छा मौका दिया है बच्चों के लिए कुछ करने का। थैंक यू।
Okay.
Thank you, sister. Thank you, our honorable teacher, for sharing your valuable words to us. Before going to the closing remarks, I would like to invite some of the speakers from the participants. So as I observed earlier, one of the brother, Sanjay Shah, raised his hand. So I would like to hear some of your words. Brother Sanjay Sinha.
Good evening, everyone. At the outset, I wish to congratulate Praveen Bhai and his team. Really,
Thank you, sir.
whatever the boy has said, and all the teachers, really, it reminds me of my young age. I have done the same thing what you have doing in '93 for this one, earthquake victims of Latur and Osmanabad, Maharashtra. I did all those things. And really, it is very nice job you are doing because the topic was different, but this job, this work is far beyond those things. Anyway, coming back to congratulations and coming back to this program, nice to see old friends, Monira, Alka, even Vilma, I saw it, she was there. And so many, all the speakers, whether it was Brigadier Saab, whether it was you, Mr. Praveen, everybody. We are concentrating on one point, that is education for the children. And for that, you have chosen three parts, three points like students, parents, and teachers. How these three together can help in the development of nation. Let it be a triangle. Parents, teachers, and students. Actually, parents, as we know, they are the first teacher. And teachers are second parents. No doubt about it. In my opinion, the only thing is of attitude. I'm telling you, Brigadier Sahab has also told, you also mentioned this thing, Praveenji, that many other speakers of the attitude, what attitude we are having towards the society and for this particular noble cause. One speaker said, returning back. Really, these are the things we have to understand, that what we are for, what is our aim. How can we do? I'm telling you one example. One of my boss, brother Gurudev, he asked us, if a dacoit has kidnapped your son, what you will do? The obvious answer was, we will give everything. Jeevan भर की कमाई हम लोग देंगे. And for all the educators, I can tell you, hello, am I audible? Hello? Hello?
Yes, you are.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Audible.
Yes, you are.
The obvious answer was that when you are able to, when you are ready to give everything for your child, and the same child is given to you, you are an educator, the parents are sending the same children, their children, to your school or to you for education. Now, for a student's perspective, I wish I can, if I can make it clear. I used to ask our student that what you want to be is a normal question. I used to ask, what your parents want from you? And the answers were, obvious answers were, they want good marks. They want that we should be scoring high and we should be getting this one admission in better institutions and so on. Then I asked, what that good marks, how this good mark is going to help the parents. Then they were confused. Like, parents cannot have, they can enjoy your good mark, but the benefit is only to you. Because whatever the score they have earned when they were students, it is not going to change. And that's why parents is always there to give you unconditional love. They don't want anything from you. They want you to be a better person. Right? And for that, you need to be a very good student or other to learn properly so that you can help in building your career and in turn building the nation. And how we can do in this part of India where I am living, or that is eastern part, teaching, opting for teaching is the last thing. Every parents want their children to be either technocrats or bureaucrats. Nobody wants. In plus two itself, good students, they are going for science. And they are aiming for IIT or medicines or certain things. Next group of intelligent group, they are going for UPSC or BPSC or anything is commission. Means nobody wants to be a teacher. In many of the universities, I have seen that many of the departments are going back. There are no takers for master's degree. Why? Because as Munira has been telling all the time, she has been mentioning in this different meetings that we are not making this profession a lucrative profession in comparison to other things, other professions. It's a noble profession. Teaching is a noble profession. We are educated. We should educate properly. We should go for such things. This is the thing. And that is why we are not getting proper educated these days. Those who wishes to be a teacher. I just request all my educators and teachers, just one line, that whatever the way you have opted for teaching, you have come into this. If you are educated, be honest and be fair. And attitude, as I told, it has been positive. One student had asked, he was watching that in a, well, I can tell you one story, that how we can help our students in making values, how to build the values.
Mr. Sinha, may I interrupt you for a minute?
Yeah, sure.
Karuna ji, please mute yourself. Karuna ji, अपने आप को म्यूट कीजिए. करुणा जी, अपने माइक को म्यूट करिए क्योंकि हमें सिन्हा सर का अच्छे से सुनाई नहीं दे रहा. करुणा जी.
करुणा मैडम.
Yes, Sinha sir, please continue. It was just that there was a lot of distraction and I thought it was very unfair to the power thoughts that you were sharing. Please unmute yourself, Mr. Sinha. Thank you.
Is it okay? I'm audible?
Yes, now you are. Perfect.
Yeah. I was telling about the attitude and attitudes of parents as well as attitudes of students, as well as the attitudes of teachers or the educators. All three is very important. Then, most of the time, I have seen that parents have admitted their ward in a very good institution, and that's all. Their job is over. We are paying fees, and we are our work is done. No, we have to, as a parents, we need to give some time, at least 1 hour every day. We have to be with our students or with our children. As a teacher, we have to decide what for one thing that it's not compulsory. We should enjoy our, once you enjoy your profession, teaching, then only it can work. And students, that only way of growing in this world is by educating yourself. If you want to do something, you have to educate yourself. Money is not everything, but if you are educated, you are very, very rich. Enrichment is required not only for academic knowledge, but enrichment of self is also required, and that is the practical issue we always talk about. What happens that in a fair, when a balloon, balloon was being sold, and all the time, whenever the sale of balloon was decreased, the balloon wala, what he used to do, he used to release one of the balloons in the air. Seeing that, again, the students used, children in the park used to come over there, and they used to, the stress increases. This is the only thing. One student, one child was seeing all those things. He came to the balloon wala and asked, "Uncle, आपने ब्लू वाला balloon जब हवा में छोड़ा तो ऊपर चला गया, लाल वाला balloon आपने छोड़ा तो ऊपर चला गया, तो क्या ये पीला वाला balloon भी ऊपर जाएगा?" The simple answer by the balloon wala was, "Bete, the thing is not the color of the balloon. The color of the balloon is a secondary thing, which is nothing but what is inside it, that is the main thing." And that is what we have to develop in our children. That is, inside should be pure. Inside should be enriched. Not only the academic knowledge we simply put, or rather we give them. It is not going to help us. Right now, we have seen the Afghan problem, and we have seen that only thing is that enrichment of inner soul is not there, and that's why people are suffering. We have to make our students, as an educator, as a parent, to enrich the inner one. How good we can be as a human being. We are developing, growing in as a ultimately getting the goal of getting to say money or this one job. It should not be the goal. The goal should be how good human being we can be, how we can help the society, how we can return to the society. Society has given a lot to us. Thank you very much.
Thank you, brother, for your amazing words. And this is really inspiring to hear from you. And we are really excited for that. And without going to our closing remarks, I have to invite another one who is the co-founder of the Global University. She is none other than Vilma from the Brazil. Vilma, we want to hear from you. Floor is yours.
Hello?
Yes, we are hearing you.
Hi, can you hear me?
Yes.
Hi, everyone. Thanks for being here. It's wonderful listening to teachers and students, and it's a privilege talking with you about education. It's amazing having you here. I thank you so much, everyone.
Yes, Vilma, speak, please. We can hear you.
Okay. So, well, I was not expecting to speak. So, but when we talk about education, we have to be clear that everyone has an important role. Teachers, students, and parents, we can do it alone. Teachers at school, they can do it alone. If parents don't do their part at home, so at school, we teach students math, English, Portuguese, and all the subjects, but parents have to do their whole at home. They have to teach their kids that they are important, and then they also have to teach them how to believe in themselves. Because if parents don't help at home, if they don't help their kids with their homework, we teachers can do anything. And sometimes we have to teach kids not just the subjects, but also we have to work with some problems that bring from home. Sometimes they have problems with their parents and with some friends. And so teachers are also some psychologists. And then if you work with parents, we'll have a better, we'll have more, our job will be more successful if we work together. So we all need to work together, teachers, parents, and all the school, and as a family, because alone we can do anything. Thanks, dear.
Are you
Okay.
All right.
Yeah, finish. Take it over, my guys.
Right,
You can invite Praveen Sir for his sharing for the future initiative. He can share.
Okay, madam.
Noor Bhai and Alka ma'am, please invite Praveen Sir if possible.
Yes, of course. So, Mr. Praveen, it was wonderful listening about your organization, the kind of work that you're doing. Would you like to share something more about our future initiatives that we can do together as a team, Global University and Samyak Welfare Trust? So please do share your thoughts on this. Thank you.
Sure, madam. Sure, madam.
Yes.
First of all, I want to say one thing, madam, that our whole work is ground level work. Means we talk less and we work more. And from past 5 years, we have visited different places in Madhya Pradesh, especially the rural belt of Madhya Pradesh. We have visited. We have seen what is the condition of the farmers, their children's, what is the education level there. Even they don't know what subject they have to take after 10th. There is no counseling program for them. In some villages there are not even the information regarding the various competitive exams that is going to be held in a year. They don't have any knowledge. There is no system of making them aware about them. So the whole system, especially the education system in India, is collapsing. Is collapsing. The government school condition is not so good. In every state, more than 20,000 schools have been shut down and merged. Like there are five school within some kilometers distance, so they merge them and make them two schools. So three schools close, only two schools remain. So the children who are staying at very far away places can't reach that two schools, so they drop out from the schools. Like that, lots of problems are there. Nearby place in Bhopal, Sihor district is there. There they have listed around 25,000 school which they will close, from primary level, then middle level, then higher classes. They will close them because they don't have the children's there, and they don't have the proper system to bring children in school, give them proper education, and they are only giving them midday meal and sending them home. So in this way, nation building will not happen in India. And for if really we want to actually work for nation building and making a country a developed nation, then we have to follow the path shown by our leaders. And they most of the leaders say the same things, that you have to work for the poor section of the society because they are in the maximum percentage in any country. The developed people, the well studied, literate people, PhD holders, IAS officers, they are just a bunch of people, not more than that. They are really a bunch of people in comparison to the whole population of India, whole population of any country. They are limited people. And if we really want to make a country develop, then we have to work on those people where the working is not being done properly, or the government is not looking them as a as the country citizens. They are looking them as a vote bank or slaves, and making them work on daily wages or minimum wages. So how we can improve their condition? That should be the target. And if we are able to target it properly, then any nation can become a developed country, a developed nation. Without that, you can't have a developing nation even in your dreams. Even in your dreams, you will not have, because the weaker section of the society where you have to work, nobody is working there. And one reality also I want to tell you, most of the NGOs, they don't work. They do the paperwork. They don't work. If they really do work, government is giving lots of facilities to the NGOs also, if they are not able to do by themselves, that they should implement it on the ground level. But the system is made such like that not the government also don't want to work, and the big NGOs who have been given the responsibility, they also show maximum work on paper only papers. And these NGOs are run by IAS officers, IAS officers wives, big officers wives run such NGOs. I have seen lots of such NGOs, some NGOs working for, the drug addict people, and they are showing everything on paper. I was shocked once I sent one person. He was addicted by drug and he want to leave all these things. So I have sent him to one organization, and it was very sad to know that they don't treat the drug addict people the way they should, and they don't give any medicines. They don't have their counseling programs. Nothing they have. They just show on papers. So what is happening everywhere in every system, whether it is a government system or NGO private system, everybody is doing best work on paper, best work, 100% work on paper. But when you go on ground level, you will find nothing has happened, or 10% work, 90% fake. So my motive, our organization motive, is to really work for the weaker section of the society. And we have a vision of education first, because if we give proper education, to these children who are coming from slums from the childhood, then we don't have to tell them or educate them when they are 18 years or 20 years old. There's these things you don't have to do, that thing don't have to do. You have to leave this type of addiction, that type of addiction, when they are totally into that. Before that we have to work. So from childhood we have to work. And I myself has adopted one child. He is from Maharashtra, and from childhood he's living with us, and I am educating them. And when he came from the Maharashtra, his education level was not so good because he was studying in government school. And since his family members died and nobody was there to look after him, so I have adopted him, and now he's studying here in Bhopal. So I have seen a tremendous change in that child from the village to the city. Now he is living in Bhopal. So the drastic change is there in his behavior, in his communication, everything, personality. So from that I realized that if one child I can improve like this, I can improve more children's like this. And that is our motive. So for according to the future perspective, I want to open more such coaching classes in every district of India. And I want to open boarding schools because as you have seen, the environment in the slum, uh, to a certain extent you can work, but for a broader spectrum you have to take out the child from that environment, and you have to put it in a separate best environment you can give. So that it is just like that you grow a small plant in a pot, and when it starts growing you have to place it somewhere in ground so that it can grow very well. It can get big land mass for spreading its roots. It can grow easily, can get proper sunlight, proper rainfall, everything he will get accordingly in a proper manner. So like that, our organization motive is to adopt such children's after the permission of the parents to in such boarding schools and give them proper education, and not only education, moral ethics, which is very important. Morality is very important because when you go in society and if you are corrupt minded, though you are educated, you will do something wrong in the society. So moral education also we give to the childrens. We tell them if you maintain the morality, you will have a higher level of success than anybody else having in the society. So moral education is very important. We give them, and if we change the environment, we can give them better place for for school education, for moral education, even technical education, some skill development programs we can run through which we can. Not everybody will become an IAS, not everybody will become an MBBS doctor or engineer. Some people will have skills of their own by birth and by self interest. So we can divert them in that direction. So skill development programs also we can do in our boarding schools. And even we have a thought that after schooling we should send our children abroad for higher education. Like one of our student in Delhi University now doing PhD, and we think more students like that we should create in near future, so that they can be a role model for the upcoming generation. So we want to send them abroad also for higher education, for jobs in good companies, so their status of living changes, their way of living changes. They can live a very good life as we all are living. They should also get a chance to live a good life. And that's how I think if all people in India get a proper education with moral values and a proper support system, then India can become a developed nation, or any other developing country can also become a developed nation. So it's a very big project, and it is just a small step we have taken. Though we have worked 5 years, but I think it is still a long way to go, and we are having a faith that we will achieve what we are thinking of, because I have seen in the past 5 years that lots of people have supported the cause. Lots of people are supporting in education. Lots of people are supporting in higher education of the children's. Somebody has taken the responsibility of MBBS of a girl child. So like that, some people are coming forward and they are helping towards it. So I think this has now become a people's mission. Lots of peoples are involved in it. So though they are not in the front, but from back they support. So it's a people mission now, and we are hopeful that in near future we will be able to open more such coaching classes. I want to explore in villages also. Where I have visited, but we have not reached till these villages, though we have one or the other people there as a network, but we have not reached there. So we want to reach each and every district of India, and we want to work only for the weaker section of the society, because if a is if a family is well to do, then their child one way or the other will get proper education also. They will be nourished in the proper way, but nobody will look towards the underprivileged children. And for them, there should be a system to be created by all of us, and our total focus is on them. And I have earlier said also in last interview that till my last breath I will work for it, because uh, if we are having everything and we are not paying back to society, then I think we are not living a good life as a human, because yeah, we should pay back. If we have get, we should pay back. So that is my motive, and we are hopeful that more people will come forward for such projects. So these two things I want to do in the near future. One, I want to open the coaching classes in every district of India, and secondly, we should have boarding schools also, so that we can adopt these children and we can educate them and can give a better future. And that's how I think APJ Abdul Kalam, the president of India, earlier president of India, they have also said the same thing. In one interview, there was an interview was going on, and lots of big people were sitting there, and he was having very less time. He was being invited as a guest there, and since he was having less time, after speaking, he was going, and there was a topic of discussion going on that how India can become a developed nation. What is the definition of a developing nation? So while he was going, he just stopped, and he just sit on the stage, on the ground, not on the chair. In the chair, lots of big people, media house people, and businessmen and entrepreneurs were sitting, and he was just sitting on the stage. Such a big personality, but down to earth. He was sitting on the stage and was saying, I have only 5 minutes, and I will speak only 5 minutes. That if you want to make any country a developed country, then you have to work on two things. One is the GDP of India, GDP of a country, and one is working for the weaker section of the society, the people who are living below poverty line. And one thing more they have said in that ad, that we should have joint families, because in joint families we have more moral values. We respect each other. We know how to manage the things. If we have 20 peoples in the family, 10 peoples in the family, we know how to behave, how to speak, and how to manage all the things. So from there we can learn the moral values, the management system. So we should have joint families. Now there is nuclear family, and nobody is listening to one another. So
I'm sorry to interrupt. Can you please round up your words?
yeah.
Can you please round up your words?
Yeah. So if we follow APJ Abdul Kalam sir, it will be okay. We should work for the development of the weaker section of the society, below poverty line people. If we do that, we can make a nation a developed nation, because they are in majority, and very less people are working for them. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you for those power thoughts.
Alka, I
Yes,
want to take
you
30
would
seconds.
say something. All right. Yes, please go ahead, Brigadier Datta. Please go ahead.
Yeah, thank you, Praveen, for the good work which you are doing. And you see, I run a career counseling institute, and which was started with my father, who fought Bangladesh war for liberation. And I can provide my services in coaching these people. I am also associated with a lot of underprivileged children. And I have worked a lot in Madhya Pradesh, where during my 2 years, I can say that I guided 16 boys and girls to become defense officers and incorporate. So, if you require, I think we can have a, word separately. And so my services are always available, because as they say in Urdu, there is a word which is called khidmat-e-khalq. So khidmat means seva and khalq means the community. So community के लिए अगर जो कुछ भी मुझसे हो पाएगा मैं करूँगा. So we can get in touch, and this is a very good platform. I want to thank Noor Ahmed, Munira and Alka for getting, and Vilma for getting us all together. And एक बड़ा अच्छा उर्दू का शेर है कि अकेला ही चला था मैं मंजिले जाने, लोग मिलते गए और कारवां बनता गया. Thank you.
Wonderful. That was very wonderful. So, this is a wonderful platform where like-minded people come together, share their views, and, find solutions. Not only just talk about the problem, but also find solutions. I would just like to add to all this that, we should also have those awareness drives for the children, for the educators, where we talk of new things. It's something like a continuous professional development program. Because see, the times keep on changing. There are new needs, different kind of needs, different kind of situation. The situation that was there in the 90s is not there now. So we have to also update ourselves. If we have to, ensure that the children get the right kind of guidance. It shouldn't be traditional. It shouldn't be so traditional that it does not work for the society, that it does not work for the children. We need to update our skills as well, and then we need to teach the same to our learners. And we also need to orient the parents to new styles of learning. That is very important, because these days we're having flipped learning. And flipped learning, it's very important that the parents are also oriented towards it. What exactly is flipped learning? So the children go home, even if they're young ones, even if they belong to the lower society, but we need to expose them to all these little things. And we need to have a lot of creative, pursuits. For example, a lot of singing, because many of them would be singers. And later on, when they grow up with that passion of theirs, they can, make a good living for themselves. They could be dancers, they could be artists, they could be storytellers, they could be, starting a small business of their own. So we need to make them aware of their strength. The very important thing over here is, what do they have? What is their passion? What do they enjoy doing? So if they enjoy doing dancing, they enjoy doing pottery, then why not encourage them and ask them to make a little business out of it? Why should they be under somebody? Let them be their own masters. I think we need to give them this kind of strong feeling, confidence, that you have a lot of power within you. You need to bring that power out. You need to voice your power. You need to give a proper voice to your passion. That is important. That is something that we as educators, as parents, should do for our children, for our learners, for our young ones. Added to all these things, one very relevant point that you made was that, people do just paperwork. I think that's very true and very relevant, because, whatever somebody thinks, they feel differently, they think differently, and whatever they share with others, whatever whatever their action is totally different. I think this is also something that all of us together need to learn, all of us. If we really need to make this thing work, if we really need to take our country from underdeveloping or developing still to the developed country, then we need to change this mindset of ours. Whatever we think, we feel, we should do. We should implement. We should not wait for someone to tell us what to do. If we have the power, if we have the passion, if we know our abilities, we should try to go full ahead with full force. And yes, let's encourage a lot of creativity in the children. Let's encourage them on speaking skills, because I firmly believe that communication shows the true, personality of an individual. The way you present yourself, that is very important. And once they come to know that, they become a proper voice. And once they become a proper voice, because they're doing it. So any help that is required for your English speaking classes or your, coaching those reading habits, please get in touch with me. I will definitely help you on that. I think many of us would like to help you on that. Wilma is herself an English teacher, and Monera, my sister, she anyway does a lot of work. So I think if we are in this mission together of empowering young minds and empowering everybody, so we should give opportunities to everyone, but we can only take them to a certain level. After that, this is something important. We cannot keep on giving them opportunities after a certain time. May the best man win. So you give them the opportunities, you educate them, and after that, you need to let them be on their own. Let them find their way. We cannot handhold them forever. They need to be independent, need to be resilient, they need to learn mistakes. So these were my thoughts after listening to all of you, and I do hope that we can make this world a beautiful place, because this is the way things will move forward. We need to think, feel, and do what it all should be in alignment with one another. That is the most important part. So that was it. Sister Monera, what about you? I think you haven't spoken anything today, which is very unlike this platform, because it's very empowering listening to your voice. So I think we should wrap up with your words.
Okay. Okay, so let's start here. So thanks a lot for joining, and my dearest leader, Vinod sir, has already shared a great speech. Noor Bhai has rejoined now. Noor Bhai, are you here around me? Noor Bhai, can you hear me? Noor Bhai, are you here?
Yes, my sister. Actually, because of the network issue, I couldn't able to join once again.
I understood. Okay. Noor Bhai, is it okay now? Can you hear?
Yes.
Okay, Noor Bhai, I'm spotlighting you. I want to know about your view regarding today's program. You are spotlighted, Noor Bhai.
Wow, that's great. I'm spotlighted. Anyway, actually, today's conference was really a great one. This is the very innovative one, because all of the in other conference we already get some topics, and the topic the speaker already talked about that, but that was not interactive as well. So today's conference, where the parents, teacher, educators, speakers, all are there, and they're sharing their words in their perspective, in their way. So this is really a very innovative session, as well as I have learning so many things today. And yes, today I'm love to learn from all the delegate excellencies. And if you are focusing on my words are already shared by them. So I'm not focusing on any other things more. So I would like to share Al-Qadi from the Al-Qadi. I'm not sure she is representing her words or not.
Yeah, she already shared, and when you were not here, she shared her view. And
oh,
you have missed
I actually missed that. I missed that anyway.
Missed it successfully. Okay, so at the closing point, you see, I want to say that everyone is a miracle maker. Okay, like Vilma is here. She's my sister from Brazil.
when we were talking regarding our previous program together. So you all need to know how it has started, Global University, okay? Just I was talking to her. She has shared her views that she want to help kids to grow up and to educate them, okay? Just like this conversation. Can you hear Noor Bhai? Yeah, Noor Bhai is here.
Yeah.
Okay. So she was sharing that she want to help our student. Okay, student means every other child, that those who want to grow up, and she want to help them to grow and learn more. So by listening from her this sort of initiatives, I thought that why don't we start? Okay, I was thinking in my mind that we should start the platform that can help our global people to learn and to grow and to share. And just like other celebrity, our educators should get the highest and truest value. Okay, like a celebrity in India, they are spotlighted everywhere. A celebrity in America, they are valued everywhere. And why not our educators who are really giving their all and everything to the society, to the international community? So we should value them as the celebrity. And we, of course, Alka, Praveen sir, and Noor Bhai, and Raja sir who is here, Vinod sir who is here, we should start a community and platform that can really help our people in education and empower. So, Alka, that's how we have started. Praveen sir, that's how we have started. So, that was only a dot when Vilma shared that she want to help. So, I have started the platform. Vilma became our co-founder, and our Prakash, Dr. Om Prakash has assisted a lot regarding our registration, regarding our association, regarding many things. And this is how, Alka ma'am, today we are growing. We are just a dot still, like the dream of Vilma. Okay. So Global University is now growing and just creating miracle in every single day. Okay, we are focusing on the talented people. And Praveen sir, to give you the good news, with association of Vinod sir, Alka ma'am, and Noor Bhai, and Vilma, of course, that we are going to host the program every Sunday, 7:30 for parents, for teachers, that we call it Train the Trainer. Those who are educated already, we want to make their standard. We want to uplift their value, okay? Like through English language, like through motivational speaking, even soft skills program like communication, presentation skill, like they can have their confidence. Okay, Alka ma'am and Praveen sir, Noor Bhai, Vilma, we have many educators. They do not know that they are valued enough. We should make them valuable. We should make them celebrity. अगर वो celebrity बन गए ना, तो हमारा तो कल्याण ही कल्याण है, कल्याण ही कल्याण रहेगा. I believe that. So for that, and of course on Friday at India time 4 p.m. we're gonna start our program for our kids, like best 100 writers, best 100 speakers. Okay, see, we are connecting both the students, parent, educators, and you know, Alka, Vilma, Noor, and Praveen sir, how many great leaders we have. And on tomorrow, Noor Bhai, Alka, you have to be again, and of course there is Caroline. You have to be moderator again, because I found today that all through my life I made the mistake. To watch and to observe, it's so beautiful. When you were delivering, Noor Bhai, and you know, I got so much pressure from our leader that why not Noor is there as moderator? Why not he is making? So this is, you see that you are so talented and you do not know, right? So we want to host our great leaders to be as the moderator. When you lead the show becomes beautiful. Okay? And we will be at the back seat and just clap. Clap. We want to do, and you know, Vilma, we are creating, we are empowering our leaders like Alka was host today, Noor Bhai was host today. We need our people as the facilitator, right? So that they can be spotlighted, they can show their talent, they can share their views. We want everyone's opinion because it is so valuable. And you see, Raja Rao sir is also helping out to have the program Youth Leadership that is, you know, on 22nd, on this Sunday, coming Sunday, we're going to have our Youth Leadership program. So see, Global University from the thought of Vilma, now creative massive things. So it is all the time better to share your opinion. You might think it is not valuable, but really it is valuable, my dearest. Share your opinion, no matter what people think about you, but the right kind of people will take the seed inside of you and make a tree with that seed. So lot more things. Noor Bhai, Alka ma'am, please come tomorrow. I will share program detail with the help of Caroline, of course. And remember, Global University is doesn't belong to Monira, doesn't belong to Vilma. It belongs to you. Take the charge, take the lead, because you are a leader. You are a born leader. So you need to show this leadership role. And when our people talks now, when Alka ma'am talks fully with her force and with her power, this world can see a true beauty of a queen like Alka. And when Noor Bhai, you know, manages a show, a true leadership, a true magnificent, wonderful, powerful presentation skills can be shown on the international platform. As you know, it was broadcasted through channel, that is India Times TV channel today of Raja Rao sir. So I'm very much thankful to these leaders, hats off to our leaders. They are making our people's life better. They are inspiring us, motivating us through our work. And Praveen sir, you know, I told you that you think maybe about the village of Bhopal, but we are Global University thinking 100 million village that are still hidden, that are still unknown. Even we do not know the name of those villages, right? But we want to connect them as our own family. You see, Global University is your family. When I'm speaking in Hindi, I do not think I belong to Bangladesh. So you see, this is a beautiful bonding. And now, you know, you do not know, there were another leader from America today on this platform. Her name was Dr. Jessica Ashe. She is the founder of Mindset News Channel. She is our leader. She is our beautiful sister. She is so loving and so adorable. I love her a lot. You know, in my terrible time, Alka, Vilma, Praveen sir, and Noor Bhai, I am telling you, Raja Rao sir also knows about my personal story. When no one from my family helped, but this Dr. Jessica Ashe helped me. Continuously, she is telling, Monira, I am with you, I am with you, I am with you. You will be safe. Do not fear. And Noor Bhai all the time was telling me, Monira, I am with you. You see, when a people, you do not even see them in your life, present life, but tells you that they are with you, it is a power. Isn't it so? It is a beautiful collaboration. Praveen sir, I am telling you, the work we are going to start every Sunday, I am telling you, my educators, that means Global University educators, will make it a grand hit. I have full trust on my educators. I have full trust and faith on them. So Praveen sir, just be a rocking star, be like a hero, and I'm telling you, nobody can stop you. If you believe in yourself, if you are working with a great passion, Like, when Alka speaks, you can see, you can feel her magnificent joy inside of her. Okay? And Noor Bhai is so talented. You don't know if he makes your photo na, to